Hello guys, this is Sapphire Yagami with the third episode review of season 1 of Sleepy Hollow. The episode starts off, we have Abby talking to her captain, explaining that they have a witness in this case, and that Ichabod is irritate eh, is questioning the witness. I don't know why I can say that word. When she gets into the room, sees the person they're interrogating. There we go. She sees that it's herself when she was younger, after her and her sister was found in the woods after 4 days. So then Abby goes in there to the room, and then Ichabod is the one sitting in the chair, and then she turns around and she's locked in. So she turns around and she sees this person with sand pouring out its eyes. Very creepy. So then she wakes up and realizes that she was dreaming. Um, we didn't have Ichabod and Abby get a call about this woman who apparently is about to jump. So they get there, and the captain says that she only wants to speak to Abby, and Abby's like, I never, Lieutenant Mills, like, I never, like, seen this woman before, like, how the heck she even knows my name? So she gets up there, peeks her head out the window and talks to the woman. The woman's eyes are, like, glazed over. And she says that it was her fault. She should have bleed her. It's her fault. It's her fault. She deserves to die. And she jumps from the ledge and dies. So that kind of tricked him out. And so we didn't have the Lieutenant Mills tell Ichabod her captain that the lady's eyes was like glazed over, and they were like, maybe she was like, she was on drugs, and she was like, nah, because the coroner told them that they didn't find like nothing in her system. So Ichabod like, oh, let me go see her eyes. So Ichabod and the captain go walk over. They pull back the bag and they open her eyes, and it's like glazed over. Then all of a sudden, pow! They turn black, and freaking sand comes out of them. And then the captain orders the coroner, don't let nobody near this body, because how the heck you want to explain sand coming out of this woman's eye? That's what I want to know. So then later, Abby reveals that the woman, Dr. Vega, she saw her in her dreams. And Ichabod's like, you must have had a prophetic dream, because you had this woman calling, calling you in a dream, like you have some prophetic dreams. And then he mentions again the 7 years of tribulation was supposed to happen, testing and whatnot, the book of Revelation. She then they find Dr. Vega's notes on her sister Jennifer Mills, and we have Ichabod watching the tape of the interrogation of Jennifer and Abby. Ichabod wants to speak to her sister, and Abby says she hasn't spoken or seen her sister in 5 years. So they get to the asylum. Abby Mills says, hell, is Abby Mills wants to speak to her sister. She doesn't want to talk to her sister, but she ends up, wanting to talk to Ichabod because she thinks, like, maybe it's like a new girlfriend or whatever. Sorry. So Ichabod goes to the room, and she starts questioning, like, oh, are you my sister's new boyfriend, blah blah blah, stuff like that. And then Ichabod goes and tells her that he believes her in what she has seen, and that is all true. Then Abby has seen it too, and stuff like that. And it goes to tell her that Dr. Vega is dead. You see this look of worry on her face. He tells her, yo, the horseman is here, and he wants to know what is this rift between her and her Jennifer and her sister Abigail. And Jennifer's like, how about you go ask my sister there? So we're like, oh snap, what the heck happened between you two? Like, oh my god. So we have Ichabod leave and kind of question Abigail, like, what happened between you and your sisters? So Abby goes back, flashback time. She goes back and says, okay, after they seen the demon, this weird freaking demon thing in the woods, they blacked out. Apparently they have been, it was for about 4 days. This ran them, and then the police, like, okay, what were you guys, in the woods, what happened, for pretty much what happened for those 4 days. So Abigail tells her sister, do not say anything. Jennifer doesn't listen, and she said they saw this thing come out the ground. And she looks at her sister and she says, my sister saw it too, Abigail saw it too. And then the man goes, questions Abigail, did you see it? And she's like, no. And then her sister's like, no, you're lying. Tell them what you saw. Tell them the truth. Tell them the truth. Then end up taking her sister away. And then we come to find out the reason that Abby and didn't tell nobody because, one, I mean, seriously, do you think you would actually believe two girls that said they saw a freaking demon with horns coming off the ground in the effing woods? No, you're not gonna believe me. You're gonna think, oh my god, those little girls are crazy. Two, they was in foster care and cheating. Abby didn't feel like going. You know how the whole foster thing go. Yeah, you get go from home to home because we don't know what happened to the parents. That's probably gonna be a story for another episode. Yeah, so she was pretty much, it was her fear that she turned her back on her own sister, and obviously she is still scared today because she's still in doubt about majority of the stuff. So then they decided to visit the rancher guy who had found them. We get over to the rancher's place. He at home chilling, and he's trying to get to sleep. Then he like this noise. Then he's at his foot. I'm guessing he thinking it's Paige. I'm guessing that's his wife. He's like, Paige. My thing is, if you say Paige 3 times and the bitch didn't answer, obviously it's not Paige. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. That's just me. You answer 3. You call her name 3 times. She don't answer. It's not her. It's not her. I'm saying. And why would you walk toward the noise? If I heard a noise, I would just automatically call police. I'm not gonna go investigate it. I've seen one too many horror movies where people go investigate the noise and they die. No, I'm not investigating nothing. If I call your name 3 times and you don't answer, oh well, ain't that serious. So then he walks into his shed. He got like birdhouses, so obviously he likes to build and stuff. And then the door closed behind him, so then he pulls out his gun and he turned around and he thought he saw something. So then we get the captain, who has this what's called, like the traffic signs, right? But somebody had like cut the top off the traffic sign off, so it looks like it's a headless horseman. And the officer or captain like, okay, who put this on officer? This is not funny. We got people dying and being beheaded. Y'all think this is a joke? You think get off here? And like Abby's ex-boyfriend is like, is something we do, to prank the new members of the force and da 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 da. And he's like, you did this? Good job. I'm like, really? We got people being beheaded, and this is, I'm just saying, this is not a time to be funny. This is not a time to be ha 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 he he. They didn't get a call from somebody, like a neighbor near the ranch. It says, I heard some, shots being fired, And so we have the captain pull up, and then Abby pull up because they was already heading over there. Anyway, she sees this captain like, apparently, their own individual cases are merging together, and so they said the captain, not the captain, the rancher is inside with his wife as a hostage. So Abby, and he wants to see Abby. So they like, okay, Abby, she takes her jacket off, and then she got her vest on, she got her gun, she walks in, like, hey, she sees some broken glass and mirrors and stuff, and pictures. Hey. See him in the kitchen. The wife's like, oh my god, he's crazy. And he's sitting in a corner with a gun. His eyes is glazed over. So, she pretty much tries to calm him down. And then we see this thing walk behind Abby. He starts shooting, so I'm like, oh snap, did she get shot? We have Ichabod running towards him, like, Abby. And he's like, hold the fire, the captain, hold the fire. And Abby calls, say, okay, she ain't get hurt, And so then we have the rancher tells Abigail that he's coming, and she's like, who's coming? And he's like, the Sandman. And then he takes a gun and blows his brains out. I'm like, wow. Like, really? I thought the Sandman was supposed to be a good person. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. Bring me the cutest that I ever seen. Bum, 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 bum. They actually do play this song in this episode. So we didn't have Abigail tell Ichabod what the rancher told her, So they end up getting some energy drinks. Ichabod's not used to it, and they go to the their little spot where they got all these documents and stuff at. And she finds some stuff about dream spirits. Apparently, they're just like jinn; they can be good or bad, And she finds this symbol, which is from the Mohawk tribe, these Native Americans. And Ichabod goes into it and says he used to work with the Mohawk Native Americans, during the colonial period. They was helping them out and stuff. And there was a story used to pretty much scare the children to go down the right path. And if you turn your back on somebody, then this Sandman will come and kill you because you have like betrayed somebody, something like that. So he's kind of like in terms of vengeful type spirit, or get revenge on somebody like that. So Ichabod like, okay, we're gonna have to find us. We're gonna have to get to a Native American shaman. And Abby's like, she pretty much has to break down what happened to the Native Americans since he's been dead for 255 years. And he's like, we have to go see a Native shaman. She's like, it's not gonna be easy to find one of them. He's like, what are you talking about? And she's like, there aren't that many Native Americans. He's like, what are you talking about? The Native Americans, their nations, their tribes spanned pretty much all of. If you look at an old map of the Native American map, you can see literally the whole United States is covered nothing but by these various tribes of Native Americans. That has dwindled to reservations because, as you know, you got colonial, more English and whatnot coming in, taking their land, putting them on reservation. You got the Trail of Tears, Geronimo. Big Red Cloud, we pretty much Europeans pretty much killed half of them off through, killed them all, put them on reservations. So Ichabod, he hears about this. He's like, what? He's pretty much devastated. Like, boy, when you sleep for 250 years, that's a lot. He done missed Super Bowl. He done missed World War One, World War Two, the Vietnam War, D-Day, or no, not D-Day. Desert Storm. Thing with the Native Americans. What else he missed? Well, he missed a lot of history. You might as well give Ichabod a freaking history book and let him read what the heck he did miss since the American Revolution. You really, that's what I would do with Ichabod. Like, here, because you're gonna be devastated about a lot of stuff. Here we go. Here, you might want to read it. Just give him a history book, please. So Abby's like, well, there is one Native American, but I'm not. She's like, I'm not sure if he's probably gonna help us. So we drive up to this car dealership, and the guy's like, hey, you want to buy a car? It's like, we need your help. He's like, well, what? And it was like, this is, I forgot what they called the spirit for the thing, but the dream spirit thing, like that. And man's like, really? He's like, goes like, really? Really? Oh, you think I'm just gonna put on some masks and stuff? So it's kind of like he got offended from it. Oh, really? You want to put some feathers in my head too? He's like, please. So Ichabod has to pretty much convince him that, you really need help because her life is in danger. So he's like, all right, follow me. So he drives them, they drive off in this car. They drive up to like this place, and then he explains how this dream spirit works. That good souls go to heaven, bad souls go to hell. Then there's some that's in between, and they have to repent. If they don't repent, obviously the spirit is going to drag their ass to hell. So he gives Abby this drink. It's a tea to send her to sleep, and the venom is gonna pretty much keep her, how would you say it? Keep her aware that she is dreaming. So the Ichabod drinks it too, and he's like, something. So they're like pretty much tasting what's in it and stuff. And Abby's like, really, Ichabod? I gotta do some on. So then they lay him down, and then they put like the scorpions on their freaking stomach, and they're in a jar though. Then they start tapping the jar, pretty much, kind of like if you have a rat trapped in something, like in like a box or something, is gonna and it's get it can't get out, so they're gonna start biting through just to get out. So similar what the scorpion are doing is kind of they tapping on the jar, so it's like scaring the scorpion. The scorpion starts to sting them. I'm like, I don't want to be stung by no freaking scorpion. Like, crap, that's tough. So it stings them a couple of times, and then they get out on a dream plane. And the Sandman sends her back, pretty much shows her the moment when, she pretty much betrayed her sister, abandoned her in her time of need. And he's like, what did you see? What did you see? And it's close to killing her. And then we have Ichabod come in, because he comes through this tunnel, like, it's not tunnel, this hallway, where he sees Dr. Vega, she's hung by a noose. Then there's the rancher, he's hung by a noose. And there's the third one supposed to be for Abby. So he finds her like, no, stop me. Like talks to him in like a native language and that we don't understand. Talks to him and he's like, your sins are not mine to punish. I'm like, whoa, what sins? What sins? What sins? Wait, I want to know. So then he almost tries to kill Ichabod and Abby stops him and confesses to what she had saw. So as she's confessing that she did see this demon and she is sorry for what, pretty much betraying her sister, and since he is a Sandman, he turns to glass and then she takes a chair and breaks him and then he wake up. So yay, she repented and she's not gonna die. Woohoo! We then have Abby and Ichabod chill out for a minute, like start talking about 7 years of tribulation, because it'll be 7 years, and Abby's like, and Abby has this on her face like, I don't think I could do this for 7 years. Then we have the captain come in the room like, how y'all got in here? And Ichabod's like, well, we followed the old, tunnel that was used in the Reverse War, and I broke the wall. And he's like, the captain's like, you could have just got a key. And I'm going to give y'all a key. Just don't break no more walls, okay? And they're like, okay. So then we have Abby up trying to apologize to Ichabod, and he just like says, thank you. She's like, dang, can you let me finish my sentence? So she decides I'm going to go visit my sister and, talk it out with her. So she gets there. The nurse opens the door. The room is obviously lights out. So they turn the lights on. The sister ain't nowhere in the room. She ain't in there. So they were like, so the nurse like, oh my god, this whole place is on lockdown. Everything's electronic. You pretty much you have to have like like a key or whatnot to open the freaking doors and everything. And Abby like, well, she got out somehow. So as the nurse goes to go from Abby's order to go put the place on lockdown, Abby looks up at the ceiling, seeing we see a vent, and then she like feels like the tiles, and one of them you could actually lift up. So you're like, she is smart, and her sister pretty much escaped through the freaking ceiling. So that was a good episode with the Sandman and everything. Mr. Sandman, bring me a dream. So that was a pretty good episode. I really am liking the series Sleepy Hollow, with the whole the horseman being actually the horseman of death, and we got the whole book of Revelation but getting ready to come to the forefront, and then we got magic and witches. So it's like pagan mixed with this pagan mythology, which could be like Native American mythology, Celtic, whatnot. Pretty much stuff that predates Christianity, and then you got actual Christian faith coming to the forefront with the whole end times apocalypse, the horsemen, and eventually, if this show goes to that point, well, eventually the whole season will have to end with eventually they're going to have to lead up to the Antichrist. So to lead up to the Antichrist, that means we got to lead up to the second coming of Jesus, and then we have to have the whole final battle and the rapture and all that stuff. So I'm not sure that this show will probably go that far, but it would be nice. It will. I think it would be cool. But anyway, comment, rate, subscribe, and tell me what you guys thought. Oh my god, the noise! Really, I am trying to do a video. Ugh. Anyway, see you guys tonight because it's well, I was gonna say Avengers, but it's not really Avengers. It's Marvel Shield, Agents of Shield. Woohoo! Bye.